Hello Familia, welcome back to another video. I'm Magdalene Janet. If you don't know who I am, welcome. I upload Mondays and Thursdays every week and I'm keeping to my schedule. It's been, no lie, kind of hard, low-key, but we're here. Makeup is done. This makeup look, I did it yesterday on live. So if you want to know exactly what I use, I did do it yesterday. Today I want to do more of a talk through video because I did ask you guys on the community post on YouTube what you wanted to see, and overwhelmingly you guys want to see drugstore. I had almost 300 votes and 45% of you guys wanted to see more drugstore related videos. So I got you this video, and next video will be drugstore. And I figured talking through is probably a little bit better. You guys know how I apply makeup. I apply makeup and talk through a lot. I figured let's change it up. Let's see if you guys like this way of doing things. Here I got all of my loved favorite go-to drugstore products. Some are really old, some are really new. That these are the ones I'm going to use every single time. If I have an event, if I need to wear my makeup a long time, if I'm going out, if I need something I trust, these are my go-to drugstore products. Before we start, I will have everything tagged here on the screen. You'll see pop-ups. Those tags are the products I'm currently talking about. If you click on those tags or if you purchase through the website, it does help my channel out tremendously, so I appreciate you. But of course, no pressure. I will have everything down linked also in the description box with shades and everything for you. So just a FYI. Okay, let's start. Eyebrows. The drugstore does eyebrows, I would say, pretty well. When it comes to eyebrow gels that I can fully trust, it's three. They kind of do different things. I mean, they all do the same thing, but differently. This L'Oreal Brow, it's the waxiest of these two brow products. This works very well as a wax brow gel, but it also gives the effect of a little bit of a liquid gel. And what I mean about that is these two are more water-like liquid and have a dry down, which works very well for my type of eyebrows. I do have very sparse brows. Waxes tend to be very heavy on my eyebrows and it just tends to not last long. It'll work for like the first few hours, but then I find my eyebrows start falling down because it doesn't have that wet stickiness to it that these two have. This, because it's that good and that formula isn't super thick, it really works well. It really gels eyebrows down. This is one of those go-to favorites. I really find myself using this a lot at the gym just to, you know, so I don't look too busted. These two, I would say they're very similar. They both have a dry down sticky gel like. I'm using this for my eyebrows today, and I did add a little bit of this one. This consistency is wet. It's gonna be sticky and then dry down kind of like a gel. No really wax in it. You see right here, it's like white, but it will just eventually kind of just gel your eyebrows down. I find that works really well for sparse brows, and it lasts a really long time. This is definitely cheaper than this. This one does dry a lot faster than this one. The key to this working is you put it in your brows and then you let it dry down for like a good 20 seconds. Then you start shaping your eyebrows. This will work amazingly, and I find that this little brush works well if you have sparse brows. If you have super thick brows, you would just have to comb a lot more depending on how you feel about that. These products are bomb. I recommend time and time again. Moving right along, what's next? Eyebrow pens and pencils. I legit don't like a lot of brow pen. I'm a brow pen girl though, because again, I have sparse brows. I find that brow pens work really well, and they give you those fine line strokes. This one from NYX, the Lift and Snatch, I've been using this now for 5 to 6 years. I love it. I use the shade ash brown. This gives you the perfect lines. It comes in so many shades. It works extremely well, especially if you have fine brows. Even if you have thick brows, you can just do a few lines. It just looks super natural. Same thing with the L'Oreal one. Has these two teeth though, versus NYX just has this like one brush. So I really find the two brush applicator does give you like very nice looking eyebrows. It makes it go by a little bit faster, just the difference. But the ink, the longevity of both of these are literally the same. I love them. They both come in several different shades. NYX also has this pencil. I like pencils kind of like to fill in the ends of my brows to make them a little bit darker. A pencil is typically not my go-to way to do my eyebrows, because pencils tend to be very waxy and waxy products are too heavy for my brows. It's one of those things, pencils are just made with wax. Some have more wax than others. I find that the drugstore do have a lot of wax in it, but this one is really good. The Blade and Shade from NYX. I have here the shade Ash Brown again. Great pencil. If you like pencils, I absolutely love this. Also, actually, CoverGirl's pencil is really good too. I feel like my eyebrows kind of missing here. It gives you like nice little lines. The only thing I don't like about micro pencils, I love what they do because they're super, super thin, but they break so easily. I've tried several. They all just break. It's one of those things because they are micro and they're super thin. FYI, if you want another option and a thinner option, the CoverGirl one is bomb. My favorite cream eyeshadow right now, and probably forever, just kidding, is the Morphe. They come in these new pots. These are pretty new. They're like 6 months old. I've tried a few of the drugstore eyeshadow pencils, eyeshadow pencils. I haven't tried a drugstore one that I really like that I could super, super duper recommend. The only sort of cream eyeshadow product I love from the drugstore right now is this one from Morphe. I use the shade Mixtape. I have it on underneath as a base. This is not only creamy, very pigmented, this shade literally matches my skin tone and like my discoloration, so it makes my eyeshadow look super natural. It dries down matte. You don't have to set it with eyeshadow. You can just wear it on its own. That's how I wear this mainly. Love this thing. You want something that's gonna give you natural color, not too pigmented, not too thick, not something that's gonna superly crease on your eyelids. Girl, get that. It's the only one I like and the only one that I'm obsessed with. I like it so much I bought a second one myself because the first one I got on PR. Eyeshadows. The drugstore is one place where eyeshadow palettes for me are not great. I find a lot of times lack a lot of pigment. The best ones right now for me are the new Morphe. Morphe released about 4 of these big ones that look like this, and then I think 4 or 5, 6 of the smaller ones. This is how they look. These are great. They really remind me of high end. These actually remind me of the Makeup by Mario palettes. This one, the Masters Matte, and this one, the Cool. These are pigmented. They blend well. They're not super powdery. I love them so much. I feel like Morphe really came out swinging in 2025 last year with all their new products. They basically relaunched the entire brand and I really love it. I think everything is fantastic. Another eyeshadow palette that I like, this one's kind of old, but I do find myself going to it, is the NYX Ultimate Warms Neutral. It's a good palette for the drugstore. This one I feel like it is a little powdery, a little more powderier than the Morphe ones. This gives me more drugstore vibes, but it's 20 bucks, very affordable. This one gives me affordable high-end vibes, but I do like the color scheme. This definitely does work, and there's some shimmers. You get a bunch of colors for what you get for 20 bucks. So this one is a good one. If I have to pick, I would pick this one. These two are basically the eyeshadow palettes that are my go-to for the drugstore. Oh, am I missing the drugstore eyeshadow palettes? I also don't do a lot of eyeshadows. Lately I haven't been, so maybe that's it, right? Right? Okay, girl, my nose is running. Tap, 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 tap. Eyeliners have been my jam, especially at the drugstore. When it comes to eyeliners, they have to be a long wearing type of eyeliner and also creamy. I wear contacts, so when I waterline my under eye, is that what it's called? I need it to have this dry down because when I put my contacts on after I do my makeup, if it's not dried down, the makeup is gonna get on my contacts and my contacts are gonna dry out. It's gonna be super, super uncomfortable. That's why it is important to have a good gel liner and a liquid liner. The one liquid liner I've been liking, and honestly the drugstore for me has not been doing great liquid eyeliners for some reason. I just started using the Epic Ink liner from NYX. It looks like this. It's a felt tip. I find that that's kind of easier. The only thing is that it's a little bit shiny. You won't get that matte sort of eyeliner. If that's a big deal, this may not be for you, but I really like how pigmented and easy it is to use. Remember though, with these types of eyeliners, they do tend to leak. If you see your eyeliners kind of like just bulging out, always get napkin, do this action right here, and it's just gonna get rid of all that excess ink. It's not the drugstore. I find all eyeliners do that eventually. Depending how much you use it or how much it leaks, they're all gonna leak some way, shape, or form, but I really, really like this. Look at my eyeliner. Isn't it nice? And like, and you guys saw me do this on live using this thing, and it was super easy to use. We want an easy eyeliner. Look, I have ink right here. Talking about ink. The cream eyeliners that I like is 3 is L'Oreal has the Infallible Grip Gel. These, I think it has like 5 shades. I really love the brown one and the black one. I have here the gray one. This is matte. This is not going to transfer onto your contacts. I really like it. It's matte and it's very pigmented. It glides extremely well. Perfect. Pretty gentle on the eyes. Next up is the Revlon Color Stay Multi-Player Liquid Glide. This one is creamier than the L'Oreal. It doesn't dry as much, but it's so pigmented and super creamy and glidey where you can glide it and smear it. This is a good one to smear if you do like a little smear type of eyeliner. This one's great. I do it first, let that dry, and then I kind of seal the deal with the matte one from either L'Oreal or NYX. Mattifies my waterline. It mattifies it as much as I can so that I can wear my contacts comfortably. That's a quick also tip if you do wear contacts. This one is very creamy and matte. These are the new NYX Epic Inky Stick. It looks like this. It's super, super thin. And you see how it has that shape? It really fits here on the eye so well. You can just glide it on and just add the product. Very pigmented. I love this thing. This, I would say, is kind of like these two in one. It has that creamy effect. You can smear it and it dries down. However, this does dry down very, very fast. So you have to work quick, which is why it's ideally perfect for the waterline. If you want to do an eyeliner on top, you can, and you want to smear it or something, just work quick and do one eye at a time. This one's creamy where you have a lot of time to work with. This one is more creamy, more on the matte side. I would say this is the mattest. Look, it has a little, speaking of, it has a smudger and like a little sharpener. So L'Oreal got us. These have been my go-to mascaras lately. This one, the Panoramic from L'Oreal, it's not new. I love it. It has this big tapered wand. This wand will give you separation and a lot of volume. Milani has this fan mascara. This gives you so much volume, and look at that. That just fits your eyes so well. The Extensionist mascara, it's literally that. It gives you nice length. What I did today is I paired both of these together to give me volume and length on my lashes. You know, I love to do a little cocktail when it comes to mascara. These are the drugstore mascaras that I really like, and they work well. You know how some mascaras, you'll use them 1 or 2 times, they work well, and then after that it just doesn't. They either dry out or it just looks funky. These, no, all of these I've used a ton of times, always tend to get the same results. So that's also what you want to see with makeup. I love a good first impressions because first impressions do say a lot, but sometimes those first impressions could be great, and then as you use the product, it just doesn't work out well. You know what I'm saying? None of these are first impressions, girl. These are all tried and true. Okay, moving on. Now we're on to what's next. What else do I do? Okay, primer. Primers that I like, that I just love all the time and use all the time. It's only 2. This grippy one and this one from Milani. This is a hydrating grip. It very much is like the makeup grip primer. I love how grippy this is. It doesn't break me out. It's very thin. It gives you a hydrated look and it sticks. So your foundation will adhere to your skin. This one, if you have big pores and a lot of texture, this does blur your skin out perfectly, so it works extremely well. Looks like this. It comes in this little pot, and it also has this where you can scoop out if you don't want to put your finger all up in there, and then add it right there. Boom. These are the ones that I really, really like. I don't find that the drugstore has like a great matte primer. You know, I'm an oily skin girl, but when I find one, I'll definitely let you know. Moving on to skin is the one liquid highlight. Well, it's 2 actually. Liquid highlights that I like are these 2. The thing about a liquid highlight, a lot of times they tend to get glittery. Either with time or once you start blending it out on your face, it it has that glitter and it just falls on your face. Not cute. This one is very, oh my gosh, this is gonna bother me. This one's very nice because it hugs your skin extremely well. You put it on and your skin, it kind of like drinks water. It gives you that hydrated look instead of that glittery look. This is the Rimmel Multitasker. It comes in a bunch of shades. This one outbeats the e.l.f. one. This, I find it better than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I just really, really like this for underneath my foundation. I've also added it on top of my foundation. I think it works so, so well. I don't ever see anyone talk about this, but this is so bomb. This is a primer, highlighter, glow booster. So you could throw it into your foundation. You could put it as a primer, or I like to just highlight on my cheeks. Bomb. The Glotion is an oldie but goodie from L'Oreal. They now come in like a big bottle. Let me show you. The beauty about this, again, it doesn't have that glitter fallout weirdness. It works well with your lotion, with your foundation, on your skin, on top of foundation. This also mixes well with product. Kind of how you know a highlight or liquid glow is good is when it mixes well and it doesn't leave you with that residue of glitter weirdness. They've revamped it for a reason because it just works so well. If you want that glowy, more like that natural glowy look, get either one of these. Bomb. Next up is foundation. You know I got a few. These are like my lips are drying. You know how sometimes your lips are like dry because you have a matte lip? Just throw on like a gloss and you maintain your color. This is the L'Oreal Worth It. These are all old foundations. There's new foundations that I like now, but I'm still testing them out, still using them. They haven't made it to my all-time favorites like today. It's these four, tried and true. Maybelline Superstay is one that I really like. It's a Superstay. It's a skin tint, but it gives you foundation vibe, but it has that lightweight yet very pigmented texture. This is so good. I believe they extended the shade ranges. They have cool, neutral, warm undertone. I really, really like this. I'm either in the shade 220 or 129. Oh, here it is. 220 or 129. 220 is my perfect undertone. 129 is more my actual skin tone, which is why I mix them. These are tried and true. If you already have this and you bought it and you used it up, I would suggest to always switch out your foundations. Don't continue using the same one because then your skin doesn't really react as well as when you started using the product. I feel like that with skincare and with makeup too. I always like to switch things out, especially when you used it up, because your skin gets used to the same thing over and over and over again. Next one is this one. This is the Lumi Matte from Maybelline. I'm in the shade 220. Feel like it is a very thin foundation. Honestly, very thin, pigmented. It gives you this soft matte look and it gives you a very, very natural look. This one provides more glow and coverage. This one gives you that soft matte, very skin-like feel. I really like it. It is that good. It's quite versatile too. You can build it. You can have it really thin, like barely any coverage. Maybelline Superstay line is like the line that is a winner because they just keep coming out with great products that work very well. This one's amazing. It is a little bit thinner than this one. L'Oreal, she got a full coverage matte. If you like that matte, kind of old school, dry down, you know it's gonna last long. You have oily skin, you wear your makeup for all day long. You're in a humid climate, this is for you. I promise you this is an oldie but goodie. I am in the shade 490. Amazing. It's a long wear foundation. It's the Infallible. This one, again, it gives you more of a natural, your skin but better. You will definitely find your skin match your perfect undertone and your shade with the true match. It literally will match your skin tone perfectly. My perfect match, this is N5, I'm N6. I don't know why I have perfect tone is N6. Perfect undertone, I have a neutral undertone and I have medium to tan skin tone. In the drugstore, we tend to look like Oompa Loompas. With these foundations, you will not look like an Oompa Loompa. They just wear all so beautiful. And they are low-key kind of older. They've been here for the test of time. Is that what I'm trying to say? They're oldies but goodies for a reason now. They're bomb, bomb, bomb. Concealers, just like foundations, I have actually a good amount of concealers that I really like at the drugstore, but that also has grown for a long time. And I still love the Milani concealer. It's pigmented, it works well, it has a bit of a dry down, it's not heavy. This is like an oldie but goodie. I found that the drugstore has more, has better ones these days. A brand new one is this About Face. This this is a serum concealer. This is amazing. It is pigmented. It does not crease a lot. I have a lot of creases in my under eyes. I really like this formula. I think it's freaking amazing. It has so many shades. It's very similar to the foundation. I really like the foundation, and I'm happy that they were able to create a concealer that is very similar of that texture. Two oldies but goodies, the L'Oreal Infallible. Again, this is like a full coverage. It has a nice dry down. It's very pigmented. It comes in several different shades. I'm in the shade Cashew. We have the True Match. This formula is a lot thinner, so if you don't like a lot of concealer, or if you have a lot of texture, this concealer is great. Lighter, thinner weight concealers definitely work well if you have a lot of creases or texture in your under eye area. And again, the True Match, you will have your match. I use here W5. I love it. It's great. Amazing. This is an oldie but goodie, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is also a very thin pigmented formula. It works very well. It's been out for 1,000 years at this point for a reason, because it's good. This is one of those that has lasted the test of time. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I'm here in the shade 150, but I think I'm in the shade 160. A color corrector. You know we love color correcting here. This one I love. Oh my god, why is everything falling? The drugstore for a long time only had the LA Girl color correctors. I love those. That is not in here because that's something is always going to be a love. It's great. It's an honorable mention. If you have it, keep using it. If you want something new, the Morphe one. This one reminds me a lot of the Huda Beauty one. The only thing about this one is I would say let it dry down for 30 seconds so you can get the full pigment out of this. This comes in, I believe, 4 shades. 5 shades. I love it. I think it works out very well. It is so nice. It is so pigmented. It is brightening. It color corrects extremely well. When I first used it, I didn't like it because I ended up blending it too quickly. I didn't let it wait and sit. And that's the magic. The magic for this one to work till its fullest potential is doing that. You see Morphe's out here doing the damn thing. This is the Wake Up Artist Concealer in Peach 02. Okay, next up is bronzers. The drugstore is kind of like slipping on the bronzer, the cream bronzer side, but I have a few. Cream bronzers. If you want to snatch your skin up like me, I got my cream bronzer on. Look at the skin. I actually used this one today. Made by Mitchell Makeup is a fairly new brand at Ulta. This is a makeup artist who has his own makeup line. I believe he's based out of the UK. You get this blush and bronzer palette for 30 bucks, I think. Amazing. These pans are huge. This will last you a very long time. You don't want to pay the $90 for the Makeup Forever one. I find that this one is great. There are a lot of palettes like this out in the market. Not only are they not all the same, they all don't come in a variety of inclusive skin tones and shades, and I find that Made by Mitchell, if you like something like this because it's super neat, compact, you can take it and go. This one is amazing. It's available at Ulta. Super creamy. You have all these shades to work with. You know me, I mix it all and it just works so well. It's very pigmented. It's super creamy. It's super blendable. It's very easy to use. It looks a little intimidating because these palettes I feel like can be intimidating, but it's not. Bomb. Something that was very surprising, CoverGirl. She released these last year, the skin enhancers. When you read the name, it's like very your skin but better. Does it have pigment? Does it work? I remember seeing these at CVS before I got them and I'm like, those look cool, but the name is tripping me out because I'm like, the name is misleading because I'm like, are these going to show up? Are they gonna just be those glossy bomb type? No girl, look at this. This is so pigmented. Look at this undertone. We got a cool tone. We got like a red sort of golden undertone. You know I love me a good red undertone bronzer because that's how I will not look like a Oompa Loompa since I do have neutral undertone skin. Medium skin tone, medium to tan skin tone or red really works. These are pigmented, very blendable. They have that gel-like pigment. They also feel like a balm, but they don't give you that glossy balm feel. These are so fantastic. Oldie but goodie, Milani has their contours. I love the shade, not this one. I'm back. I love the shade Toffee number 3. These are their Contour Perfect. These are very, very creamy. They are very pigmented. They work extremely well. This applicator will have you looking super, super snatched, and it blends well. I like that it's a very creamy consistency, not too liquidy and not too like balmy. It blends so well. The blendability that is so seamless is what I love so much. Another one that is fairly new but has me shook is this Morphe the Shape Lifter Micro Contour Stick. This is perfect if you don't like messiness, if you have a small face, if you want something straight to the point. I really like this because it's like a crayon. You're kind of on your face crayoning, coloring, so to speak. I just love them. They come in a bunch of different shades. I use this shade Refine. They also have a cool tone like gray tone if you like more of a contour, but these are great. They're super easy to use. They're creamy. A lot of times I find that sticks like this tend to get super hard and the creaminess doesn't last, but this, the creaminess kind of stays there. You can just add it onto your skin and it's just so easy to use. I was very highly impressed when I first used this because I was like, first of all, no one in the market has this. There's bronzers and contour sticks that are thicker, right? But if it's something smaller like this that fits us little face people, girl, bomb. We need this. Okay, moving on. Speaking of CoverGirl, back again, the blush enhancers. This is the one I have on, and I also have the Juvia's Place blush. I wanted a super pink blush today. This is an oldie but goodie. We know it's great. It's super, super pigmented. Literally less than a dot goes a long way. If you want something that you can rely on, that you know is gonna work and that you're gonna have for a while because you don't have to use a lot of it, this is it. Juvia's Place has a bunch of shades at Ulta. And again, the same thing with the bronzers, CoverGirl's blush sticks. They do have a bunch of shades here. Let me show you the shade range. This bright pink one, it's like their bubblegum pink. It's the newest one, but it's super pigmented and you can sheer it out. You get like a sheer wash of color first and then you can really build it up. You will never have too much blush with this. If you're really new with makeup, I feel like this stick is very forgivable with the bronzer too because it has like that enhancer finish. It's still very pigmented. You will get a very sheer look, but if you want to build it up, it has that pigment to where it builds up very, very nicely. So I really, really love this. This formula is so beautiful. It feels very high-end, but it's CoverGirl. Speaking of high-end, you know how much I love the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. That's like my all-time favorite liquid blushes because it's that reliable. You know, that one reliable friend that you know has your back? That's that Rare Beauty liquid blush. But L'Oreal, this is their version. I really find like these L'Oreal ones are the closest dupe to the Rare Beauty ones because it has the same consistency. It is pigmented and you could build it up very well. I feel like the Rare Beauties are a little more pigmented, but this, the consistency is extremely similar. They have a ton of shades. They have also shimmer shades if you like that. Their shimmer shades work so well because again, it's not that glitter kind of feel. Like my blush is not blended. Should we just try to blend her right now? That better, huh? Back to the Lumi blushes from L'Oreal. This is the shade Dewy Rich Coral. Very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. The doe foot is big, so it will deposit a good amount of product. I will say this is the dupiest dupe for the Rare Beauty one that we all love. Moving on to are we to powders? Yes. I'm gonna talk about two powders that I really, really love, but I'm gonna do a roundup of the best drugstore powders. So I'm gonna just speak about two. Actually, my next video is gonna be the roundup of the powders. That video will be up on Thursday. Morphe didn't re-release these powders from my understanding. I think they are the same. I just have not used them for whatever reason. I started using them last year. This pink shade gives you the brightest under eye, but not bright to where it's like, oh, it's too bright, I can't even blend it out, especially if you have brown skin. This is so finely milled. It blends extremely well onto your under eyes. It's not super heavy. This is kind of my go-to powder. This is the one that I use for my under eyes for sure. If I want to look snatched, I'm gonna use the Morphe powder. Next up is this LA Girl Pro powder, brightening powder. When I first use it, I feel like this packaging doesn't give it justice because I just felt like it was gonna be very basic. It was gonna be like blah. No, this sets your makeup so well. It kind of gives you that well set, blurred look, and it makes your makeup last flawlessly all day long. This is what I always get with this powder, and by looking at it, it's not the most finely milled powder. It sets your skin so beautifully. It comes in 3 shades. My favorite shade is this one because as yellow as it looks, it's not that yellow, and it just blends in super well with my skin tone. I don't ever have like the white cast. You know, we don't want that white cast here. That's what I like about this, is how versatile it is, and it works extremely well. That's what I have on today. I set my skin with this powder. So good. Moving on to bronzers. Girl, I only have 2 bronzers. I think you already know NYX bronzer is truly one of the best bronzers out here. This is the Butter Biscuit. This is the Butter Melt bronzer line. Butter Biscuit, look, we already have a big old hole in here because I use it so much. This is super pigmented. It comes in finishes of matte and like a bit of a shimmer, have a bunch of undertones. I believe they added 2 more last year, 2 additional shades last year. This is the drugstore bronzer of my dreams. I use it all the time. You saw the proof is in the pudding. Milani again. These are new. I've been using them for the past like 2-3 weeks. I love it. This is very pigmented. A lot more pigmented than I anticipated for it to be a baked bronzer. I love that it doesn't leave you with a lot of shimmer. It is very pigmented. It is very blendable. A little bit goes a long way. You could also build it up. And it has like this nice undertone where you're not gonna look like no Oompa Loompa. We love that. A bronzer that has hints of red in it, that cool red, is perfect for our skin tone because it really blends out very, very well. Not too red though, because that could be another thing. I will take red more than I will ever take orange. Orange just does not work well at all. Again, Morphe. Morphe also came out with these blushes last year. This is kind of the dupe of the One Size, which, hey, like a little dupe action over here. I love that it has the cream. It has like this middle cream shimmer action, and then it has the powder of the same palette, in the same palette and the same color family. This is so good, very pigmented. If you want versatility and you want 3 different textures, grab this. This is amazing. It comes in several different shades. I like little palettes like this. I feel like they're great, especially if you travel or if you have like a small makeup bag or you do your makeup in the car on your way to work or something. Palettes like that just really work well, especially cream, so it doesn't leak and get all over the place. You get the makeup done in a much more efficient manner. In my opinion, I feel like palettes just work well, you know? But this is bomb. Beach Bonfire is my favorite. This one is the one I have on also. I blushed the heck out of my face today, as you could tell. A new blush that I like. I mean, is it new? Kind of, because it's reformulated. Milani reformulated their blushes, you know, like their baked blushes. They now have a lot more pigment and they just blend out so well on your skin. This has easily become one of my favorite, and the fact that it's baked, you know, I'm not a big highlight girl. I love this formula. I think it works out very, very well, very pigmented. It is worth, if you're looking for a new blush and you like this baked formula, because we don't all like the baked formula, we sometimes like the mattes. This is for you. I promise you, this is so good. This is the shade Dulce Pink. Look how pink it is. Should I add a little more? Sure, why not? A little blush action. Oh, so freaking good. I have 2 foundation powders that are my favorite, and these just happen to be old. This Can't Stop Won't Stop from NYX. You guys, I heard that this is being discontinued. I checked, it's still available. Is it being discontinued? Let me know. This is such a nice, I would say full coverage pressed powder, but it gives you a feel of lightweight setting powder. It is full coverage, but it's not a super heavy foundation powder. This has been out also for a bunch of years now, maybe like 5 years, and it has again lasted the test of time. Along with L'Oreal, this one kind of reminds me of the MAC Studio Fix, the original. You know, they reformulated. This is great. This is very pigmented. This gives you more like heavier foundation vibes. If you want more coverage, if you want more of that flawless look, this one is for you. I really, really like it. I'm here in the shade Golden Beige. and I'm here in tan for NYX. A highlight that I recently started using, girl, look at Milani having me wear highlight. You know I don't like highlight, but this one in particular, Rosa Italiana, is so nice. Let's add some, because I realized I haven't added any. Not that I would, because you know I'm not a big highlight girl, but it doesn't leave you with that like chunky glitter. It kind of gives you the lit from within look, and that is literally what we want here, is the lit from within. Look at that, you see that? I love it. The way I feel like highlights become like this is they have to have this finely milled kind of look, so it doesn't look super chunky. It gives you that lit from within. Milani is out here probably changing the game, because they're that good. I feel like the drugstore has the staple setting sprays. I don't have to change up, because that's what they got, that's what I like, that's what they have, that's what I'm gonna buy type of deal. If you want something hydrating, if you're like, I have dry skin, but I like me some powders, or I'm looking too powdery because I put too much powder, use this one. This Morphe oldie but goodie. It gives you that refresh look, but it also sets your makeup extremely well, and it has, you know, the fine mist. This is amazing. I ended up using the small one last year, and I was like, wait, I've been sleeping on this, so I went to buy the ginormous one so I don't run out. If you want like the Charlotte Tilbury, if you want your makeup to last, if you're an oily girl like me and you want the matte one, get you the Milani one and make it last. I again have the ginormous one because we need to make this last, and this will make your makeup last. It gives you the more soft matte setting. This will be a little stickier. It will have your makeup last a little bit longer. This sets your makeup well. It does more of a melting of your makeup, so it looks very natural type of setting spray. This is going to give you like that matte, still a bit of a hydrating look, but it does do more of a mattified type. It reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury one and also of the Makeup by Mario one. That's if you want that. If you want glue on your face, if you're like, I am going to the club, I am going to be out in the mountains or something, or I'm gonna be sweating, or I'm gonna be running, but I want a full face, put this on. This will glue on your face so much. It even like low-key glues your hair if you put it too much. It's too messy. This dries your makeup down. If you want that, this is gonna work. I use this when I'm gonna wear my makeup all day long. I know I want it to last, and I probably use a few hydrating products or a little bit of glow or something like that. This is gonna be it. I love this thing. I low-key like it more than the one size. Don't tell anyone. I just think it dries so fast and it makes your makeup legit last. Okay, lips. The last part of the last part. JK, where's my lip? Lip stains have been all the rage. I really love lip stains. I think they're amazing. They are quite a versatile product. You can use it with no makeup. You can use it with a full beat. You can use it if you just want a little bit of color on your lips, because sometimes your lips are pale and you want a little spruce it up. Get these. The CoverGirl one, especially the one Canyon. You guys know I use this one all the time. Barely There from NYX. NYX applicator is thinner. It gives you like a thin line. CoverGirl's is thicker. It'll give you a thicker line, but you can fill it in a lot faster than the NYX. They are lip stains. You put it on like a lip liner and it dries down, and then it leaves your lips with the stain for a few hours, and it just gives your face a nice little kind of like, right? What I like to do is use it that way. Like I'll go to the gym and put it on, but I like to do a full lip combo like this and then add it here, like on the ends, to reinforce my lip combo. That little trick really works well. I'm not gonna go on all the drugstore lip. I love a bunch of them. Although when I did my declutter, girl, I did get rid of a bunch. My go-to that I know is gonna be my go-to, the new Morphe lip liners. These are technically not new, they're reformulated. Every single shade I literally love. These are very creamy. They're very pigmented. I'm using the shade today Whip. Another shade I love is Berry Cola. It has like this like burgundy tone. It reminds me a lot of Mahogany from MAC. These formulas are great, super creamy. They have the same shades from their pencil lip liners. These are literally the same formula and colors. It just looks different and it looks a little better. The packaging got a little makeover. LA Girl, once again, LA Girl's out here shocking us because they have the Shock. Oh, speaking of, Shockwave nude lip liners. I'm using this Chai Latte. say I love how creamy, and it has like this mattifying dry down to it that makes your lip product liner last. I love this. I'm just so surprised how good these are and why no one's talking about them. Girl, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the Maybelline Lifter lip liners, the best matte lip liners at the drugstore, hands down. Here's a picture. The product that I really like is the Maybelline Teddy Tint lipsticks. I know a lot of you don't like them, and I get it, because the problem with these that I find is you'll put it on, you have your nice lip product on, and then it starts peeling because it's matte. Is that weird? Yes, but most matte lipsticks, especially like the L'Oreal mattes, drugstore mattes, are going to have some sort of peeling because they have that dry down and your mouth is always moving, or you have a lot of texture, so it's going to create friction on your lips with the product, then it starts peeling, and then you're like, oh my god. What I typically do is I won't use a matte if that's gonna bother me, or if I know I'm gonna be somewhere where I can't constantly reapply my makeup. But if I'm not, I would go to the bathroom, remove most of the product so all that peeliness comes off, and reapply it. Is it gonna happen again? Probably. But something that I find that fights that a little bit is just adding a gloss on top of this once this is dry. I love this formula. I think a thin layer does reduce that peeling effect. If you put too much, that's when I find that you can see it. I really like these Teddy Tints. I think the tones are beautiful. The applicator is great. It gives you this like soft matte lip. If you don't like any of that, use a lip liner and use any sort of L'Oreal or Maybelline lipsticks. Most of L'Oreal and Maybelline lipsticks are creamy. They're not gonna give you that peeliness that matte products give you. If you're like, wait, I want more of a matte so it's not super creamy, Maybelline does have these new ones that have, I would say, a soft matte finish. They're not gonna dry down matte where your lip is not gonna move, so keep in mind. But if you want something more matte and creamy at the same time, these lipsticks are great, very pigmented. They come in 8 shades, but knowing Maybelline, they're gonna re-release more shades. So I would say like pair a lip liner with this lipstick, great. If you want something more long wearing, bam. If you want a gloss that is just gonna be there for you every time, I love these L'Oreal Hyaluron, what are they called? No, Plump, oh yeah, Hyaluron lip oil. I find that they last on your lips. They're not super thick, they're not super sticky. They now come in like a pH. The color changes with your pH, but it also comes in the plump version. I love these lip glosses, bomb. I try to be as quick as humanly possible. What do you think about these products? Have you used them? Do you like these more rundown things so we could talk about more like what actually works instead of constantly buying? Because since my declutter, I really want to use the stuff I have as much as possible. Granted, this is my job and I do get a lot of makeup products. I do want to focus on products that I already have, that I already love, that you have already and that you love, or that could be a new love for you. You know what I mean? So Familia, this is it. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. You know you're a real one. I appreciate you. Again, I'll have everything tagged and linked for you. If you click on my tags, it does help me out tremendously. And I appreciate you for always showing me so much love and support. I love you guys. Again, this makeup look is in my live that I filmed yesterday. Everything will be tagged and you'll know all the tea. If you have any questions though, like always, I'm always here. I'm always in the comments. I see you guys. I see what you want to see, and let me know what you want to see. I love you and thank you again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe right here, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.